My current belief system tells me that the universe is alive and that it is communicating to us in every point of space-time. Its language is far more rich and elegant than any one composed of words. Any connections that can be drawn between points in space-time make up this language. When these connections seem far removed from each other, we call them coincidence, when in reality there is 0 degrees of separation between any of the points in space and time. Coincidences, or synchronicities strung together, form a narrative. I call this synchromysticism. If our belief systems are sufficiently close enough to each other, I can share my narrative with you. I implore the viewer to reinterpret this narrative to the dictates of his own personal belief system. Perhaps one day, in the near future, all our narratives which inform our belief systems and pool together are called consensus reality will be flexible enough to allow us all to live in something resembling utopia. Our collective fear has resulted in the situation where a few at the top of the pyramid influence, not control, the many, and where symbols of cosmic illumination and the Stargate, like the octagon, on every street corner tell us to stop. It is time to let go of fear. The eschaton, the object at the end of space-time, the Stargate, is near. Well, that's enough propaganda from me. Let's go. A giant 25,000 kilometer wide stable hexagon was recently confirmed to exist on the North Pole of Saturn. The 1972 cult classic Silent Running is set around the planet Saturn. The movie is filled to the brim with hexagons. In one particular scene, we amazingly see a direct hit, a hexagon viewed through a Buckminster Fuller geodesic dome right over the sphere of Saturn. Buckminster Fuller coined the term and co-invented, along with Kenneth Snelson, the principles of tensegrity. The giant spire atop the octagonal Freedom Tower, which is planned to emit a beam of light 1,000 feet high into the air in the night sky after being activated on 2012, is a structure based on the principles of tensegrity. Robert Anton Wilson informs us in Cosmic Trigger 1 that R. Buckminster Fuller sometimes believed he was receiving communications from interstellar telepaths. In the film, Earth's plant life has gone extinct. Spaceships carry the last living plant life around in geodesic domes orbiting the planet Saturn. The gardens are later threatened with nuclear destruction. The story thus resonates with the Flood and the Ark, and also with the Garden of Eden. Goro Adachi informs that Saturn is the god planet of death. This hexagon is thus considered a death hexagon and resonates with the themes of resurrection. The Saturn hexagon seems to involve a message about life on Earth being threatened, perhaps by nuclear bombs. Included in this message seems to be the suggestion of moving life off of the womb planet. The presence of the Buckminster Fuller geodesic, however, leads me to believe that there is also a message of higher intelligence trying to contact us. Again, Goro Adachi at Etemenanki writes that contact might be taking place right now under our noses. The message being delivered through this contact he believes is embedded in the very fabric of the universe by possible higher intelligences. Higher intelligences influencing mankind at key evolutionary stages is the theme of Stanley Kubrick's masterpiece 2001: A Space Odyssey. We see the hexagon in the design of the spaceship sent to investigate the alien mystery at Jupiter. There are some truly mind-blowing synchromystical connections at play here between the Saturn hexagon and 2001 A Space Odyssey. The novel for 2001 was written by Arthur C. Clarke concurrent with the making of Stanley Kubrick's film. The original planet that Kubrick and Clarke intended mankind to be sent to investigate the alien anomaly was not Jupiter, it was Saturn. Indeed, in Clarke's novel, it is still Saturn that man voyages to have his next stage of contact and evolution. Our plot thickens substantially when we learn that Douglas Trumbull, the director of Silent Running, was also the visual effects producer for 2001. To recreate the effect of Saturn's rings on film proved too difficult back in the making of 2001, but Douglas later perfected it and reused the theme in Silent Running. Douglas was especially praised for his revolutionary visual effects during what Kubrick called the Stargate sequence, where contact with the alien artifact helps man experience cosmic illumination. We find more synchromistic verification of the connection between Saturn and 2001 Space Odyssey in this parody of 2001 in the Simpsons episode Deep Space Homer. Jupiter in 2001 A Space Odyssey and its sequel 2010, The Year We Make Contact, resonates with Saturn, and in a sense they are interchangeable.
There is a circular object near the equator. It is 22,000 kilometers in diameter.
We just heard HAL 9000 in 2010 say that the object seen near the end of the film on Jupiter is 22,000 kilometers wide. This is in the neighborhood of the 25,000 kilometer wide hexagon now known to exist on the North Pole of Saturn. I find verification for this line of inquiry when viewing another direct hexagonal hit. We see the hexagonal thrusters of Discovery 1 crossing over the path of the alien disturbance on Jupiter. Given the already discussed interchangeability of Saturn and Jupiter in the 2001 narrative, and the Silent Running Saturn hexagon, we have synchromistically found the footprint of higher intelligence at work.
There is life out there.
Now things get a little weird. This structure is the Millennium Hilton. A quick perusal of the Hilton family website reveals this little nugget of information. The hotel is a high-rise black glass building which pays homage to Arthur C. Clarke's vision of the monolith in 2001 A Space Odyssey. It becomes important at this point to note that the original shape of the monolith in Arthur C. Clarke's The Sentinel was a pyramid. Where in the world would we find this amazing structure? We see the black monolith, a pyramid resonating symbol of higher consciousness, alien contact, and the Stargate. Absolutely flush with Ground Zero. The three buildings destroyed on 9/11. My current belief system tells me were intended to symbolize the three pillars on the first-degree tracing board of the Freemasons. These, in turn, researcher Ralph Ellis teaches us, represent the three great pyramids at Giza. I would speculate that the pyramids of Giza were astronomically aligned, ritualistic initiation chambers of the kings and priests of Egypt, who through the ingestion of psychedelic drugs and ritualistic magic, including perhaps the practice of sacrifice, would open stargates of cosmic illumination and maybe even contact their alien creator gods. Did our ruling elite sacrifice 3,000 people on their pyramid pillars to open a stargate and contact their alien creator gods? Are we seeing further expression of the mechanics of this ongoing ritual in the octagonal design of the Freedom Tower to be completed in 2012, coinciding with Terence McKenna's and the Mayan calendar's end date? Knowledge of these matters should not let one play into the hands of fear. It is to help us recognize and open our own personal Stargate. Thank you. Now go!